climate change and deliberate action against it.
It has been known for decades that the world faces the effects of climate change.
A planet in peril has not persuaded people enough to call out the inaction of governments and the willingness of populations to elect the deniers into positions of leadership. The right-wing conservatives are in power in most Western nations, and the extreme weather conditions have not done a thing to dampen their inactivity. The oceans are flooded with plastic, wonderful sea creatures are suffocating on it, and animals on which humans rely for food are suffering enormously. People are losing their homes in the super fires that race through countries like Australia, the USA, Canada, and elsewhere. Those in power, however, continue to ignore the warnings while opening new coal mines, increasing the pollution, do nothing about cleaning up the plastic, and generally care only about the next election. So why are we in this horrible predicament? It's mostly because of big business. The source of the pollution makes billions for investors and those who benefit from the profits. That includes many in the right-wing governments who are responsible for it. Couple that with their belief in religious preaching that they will go to heaven if they make enough money and contribute to what is wrongly called God's church. They are so brainwashed, blind, and dead in the brain that they cannot think beyond what is promised. That keeps their people in power and the world on a slippery slope to extinction. Those hurting the most in Australia as a result of years of drought continue to elect members of parliament that think as they do. That is that climate change is a hoax and it has all happened before, so the world will survive. While lives are turned upside down as homes are lost in super fires where nothing can stop them, they continue to believe that this is normal. On properties where the suffering is greater, there is barely a tree in sight, as clearing the land is okay as long as they can make money out of it. There is no solution to the problems facing us, as the time for action has well and truly passed. The Alps in Europe and elsewhere that were covered in thick glaciers are now showing how rapidly they are melting. Oceans are rising at a great rate and the ice caps are also in peril. Can one do anything to protect what is left? The short answer is no. People are just not capable of thinking beyond what they already know and believe. Along with the stupidity are religious leaders who have faith in non-existent heaven to save them after they die. They cannot perceive that only the living can experience pleasure or pain, but the threat of hell drives them forward and we will all die together. Norma Holt has knowledge that enables her to understand many issues. Politics, health, social and behavioral problems are usually on her list for discussion, as well as anything to do with the spirit of the universe and reincarnation, which she experienced. She is happy to hear from any of her readers.